Speaking of pandemic-related practices that we got used to, how about working from home? We all remember when we all had to basically do that. You were at home for 2 months.
Did the show from my bathroom.
Absolutely right. But there's still some people that are continuing that trend long after the pandemic is basically over.
So how many people? Get this. A McKinsey study found that of Americans who work, 87% would work from home if they had the option. Let's get to Caroline Hogan. She's explored this a little further, decided to demonstrate how comfy a couch and your laptop can be. Talking about, will offices ever get back to working in person 100% of the time? Caroline and I have talked about this for weeks. I have several friends who may never go back to the office.
Too.
Yeah, Caroline?
Yeah, and the short answer, Taylor and Lindsay, is no. We probably will never get back to 100% in office. So many people love sitting right here on a couch and doing their work every day. So much so, I talked to an HR rep who said it's important that employers understand their competition within the industry. That could be the difference between losing employees and gaining some, especially because the talent pool is so small right now. It's hard to find people, and that could tear people away, especially if it's 100% in-office work. I talked to her more about that. Take a listen.
The moment we made being present mandatory, even the folks that expressed that they were really good with being in the office 100% of the time pushed back. It was almost as though the moment that you required it was the moment that, even though it was something that they said they wanted, suddenly wasn't what they wanted.
So why exactly this is? Well, that's really up to the human psyche, but a lot of it has to do with the fact that people have gotten used to this routine, having the flexibility to drop kids off at school or take care of the dog. We talked to one man who works from home 100% of the time, and he said he wouldn't have it any other way.
I don't have to travel 30 minutes to go to work anymore. I save an hour at least in transit every single day, so I love that. It's less money because I'm not spending stuff, at getting my 2-pound salads at a lunchroom anymore.
Saving money, definitely a big pro, but there are some downsides, of course, especially for Alex, a young man. He says he misses the social aspect, talking to his employees and his colleagues, getting to know them, doing happy hours and social things, especially because for his work, it's all over the country, so he's never going to see some of them. But like I said, we probably won't get to 100% in-home, or in office 100% of the time for all industries. But of course, it depends on what you do.
People have gotten too used to it.
Well, and I have friends who are moms who can now take their kids to school and pick them up in between their meetings.
Jobs that didn't used to be possible are now possible to do from home.
So, Caroline, we know some companies are pushing back against working from home. What are some of the reasons the HR expert you talked to pointed about why that is?
She said a big one, of course, is trust. Trusting your employees that they're going to do all the work that they're given and not just be on Slack for 6 hours, but not actually do the work. But she said that's up to the employers, not up to the employees. If that comes to be, it's a management issue and conversations need to be had.
And that's when you have things like, okay, you're required to have your camera on all the time, that kind of thing, so I can see you working at a desk that different places do. Really interesting to see what people try to implement to make that happen.
You match up with how much time working is lost with office interaction,
Big time,
too.
yep.
Right? Nobody's working
all the time.
8 hours a day. Right.
Caroline, thank you.
All right, thanks, Caroline.